Okay, so look at me Gaming Star here, and today I am back with an episode of Phoenix Wright Eastern Tribulations. Last time we basically started off the first half of the investigation of the Part 3 investigation. Day 2 investigation. And, yeah, we found that. And, we did the investigation. This time we're going to go ahead and start the Part 2 investigation. Let's go. We led up a little cliffhanger, but here we go. Like we always do. Right, is this what Gata was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, ladies, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth? I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of the caving in, Edie's escaped. And I know there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can undo those new locks? Yes. If only I was strong. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. Go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine! There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest! That's your only concern for now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of the things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in the corner of the garden. Pride is simply not a trap and it hinders us in our lives. It's a sin. The simple puts our pride to be pitched on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve those bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Edie? No, not at all. Escape. Why did you make a run for it, Edie? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the stronger earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away and escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was alright, but... But what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw these extra locks that someone had put in the sacred cavern's door and... Who in the world would do something like this? Trick lock. These trick locks are sacred treasures of the Qur'an tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only one person who set the lock can open it. And you wanted the one who set these locks. I don't think it's that simple, Francisco von Karma. When we were here the first one, there was only one lock. But now, somehow there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Edis. Presumably because they were wanting to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Edis can only open one of these locks, the first one. Yes, that's correct. What? Edis, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination of each one, I could remove them. But... it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day, if I had to guess. A whole day?! What? That's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. You've got to wait another day? Hang in there, mine. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. Not at a crime. You know what, Edis? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what that might be, Phoenix Wright. I think it's obvious. Edis, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Edis, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in the room at Hazukura Temple the time of the incident, but you were seen the same evening in the inner temple. And then? You were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazukura Temple, too. Being spotted at both Hazukura Temple and the inner temple. As if you were... Well, Edis, I think it's about time you told us the truth. God damn it! No! Fuck! I knew it. There's something around here we don't know about. Fuck me, bro. Let's go to Heavenly Hall. God damn it, sorry. We have to get out. Oh my god, you gotta be fucking joking me. I'm getting involved in this case. I can't underestimate the locks. For gumption pearls. pretty much almost every character, almost every important character in its series is coming back. Pretty much almost every important character has been, a lot of cases is coming back, which is really cool, and I like that a lot. And some one-offs. Alright, here we go, Suspension Bridge. I swear I don't know, son of a gun, quiet, you're speaking of alone, maybe I'll find Larry. Let's go to Heavenly Hall. Oh, Mr. Nick! Pearls, what are you doing here? No, nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, this is a loser's shack, where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got problems with that? Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Loris did a picture for me. That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. They'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. Stay out of our way! I don't believe this. Why can't we try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? I'll let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Loris' sketch. What does it look like? Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? Heh, I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What am I gonna do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing. See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? It's supposed to be Sister Edie's flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy. No, it wasn't a dream. But she really flew, I'm telling you. Edie's really flew that night. But Mr. Loris... No, you two. Please don't look at me like that. Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But when I was wide awake after lightning struck, and I saw what I saw, it was exactly how I drew in the picture. It looks like I don't have any choice but to take the sketch at face value. Hey, what's the look down in your face? Night of the crime. Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it all happened? I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Mr. Nexium's room reading a book together. But Mr. Nexium was murdered and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just exactly happened that night, Pearls. I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Damn it! Oh my god! Cyclops! Fuck! I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power. It has disappeared. What? Her powers have disappeared? Lost powers. I can't do anything about him yet. Damn it! We'll have to come back here later. What do you mean your powers have disappeared, Pearl? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what do you look at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here in Haskell Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm going to have to break the Cyclops to get the truth out of her. Damn it. Well, we'll come back to her later. Let's go to the main hall. Well, what's the damage? Has the sacred cavern? Looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. More locks. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. But who? Who could have done that? Only people who are known to set those trick locks are those who currently in tradition. We have Edith at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Oh, yes. We were in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes, we were telling about Master Corinne's spear 17 years ago. wondering about why Misty Faye so appeared in this temple. It was about a week ago when Mystic Elise, no, I mean Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman, she proved she was the master. She said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. I'm here to put a stop to them." Morgan. I know who it is. I know what it is, though. If you haven't played the second game or the first game, this is basically going to be a little help for you guys if you haven't played those two games or haven't been with me for those two. If you want to check those out, okay. So, little if you want to check out exactly my the Justice for All Let's Play and my first Phoenix Wright Let's Play, go ahead. They're in the description below in the playlist. There's also the entire trilogy. I placed the entire trilogy in the playlist for just one for this game too. So, go ahead and check it out. If you want to see the whole trilogy together, and you'll get a full picture. There's also one only master child master at any time. It's usually the eldest. When the child becomes the new master of Karayan, and her daughters the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope to join the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout this history of the clan. Branch families always plot to erase those in the main family line. Is this power to master worth this much bloodshed? Korean channeling technique. You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know his power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask the Masquerade case. And during Maggie Bride's trial, too. And also during the first case where during the second case where Mia was killed. Thanks to help, Mia's always on hand helping me when I need her most. The Korean technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to communicate with the dead, that's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, kind of expect you really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Ray? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see, all because of the one little mistake. The DL6 incident. What mistake? It was 17 years ago, so everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. DL6. That incident. Is she talking what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested, logged up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. Oh, yeah, that's the name of the file. Oh, yeah, we know that case, baby. The DL6 incident. I knew it. If you guys haven't been with me for that Let's Play, go ahead and check out the Trilogy Let's Play, the Trilogy playlist that I have in the description below of every video, of every Phoenix Wright video. Or check out just the one game if you want to check it out. Okay, so if you guys haven't played the game, this is going to be an explanation for you guys right here. So if you guys want to know, here you go. Go ahead. If you guys have been with me, you guys already know. But if you haven't, well, here you go. This is incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just two years ago. Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney in that case. Yeah, the case where Edgeworth was framed for murder. A murder took place 17 years ago. That's related to DL6 is because, well... Go ahead and watch it for yourself. Fuck. It's the first time in the country's history that police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel those victims' spirit to learn the identity of the murder. And then the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya and Mia's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of the certain man surfaced. Armed with that as the evidence, the investigation burst into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. However, he was the one who did kill the real victim. He was the one that did kill the real murderer. The one who was accused not guilty in that case was the one that actually did commit murder in the final case of the first game, and from my Turnabout. And then basically nothing found karma to say that. And the case remained a mystery for 15 years, and until we came along and solved it. In other words, we failed. It was the first case in the world I've ever seen a Korean tradition openly involved in. It was all over in the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Korean village. Everyone judged her. Everyone made Mystic Mi's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. Ever since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Korean tradition is starting to recover at last. But with the new master wielding the power of the clan? Does she mean Maya? The family feared. The spiritual power of the Korean channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the woman in the family can inherit the power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystigami, but with each new generation, only one daughter becomes a new master. And the one who doesn't becomes branch families, right? That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in hopes of discovering what happens to her mother, and lost her life as a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia was rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Oh, really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. That's right, Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty has superior powers, manages to usurp Master Seat from her. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Oh yeah, Morgan from the second game. Morgan. There's a name I know well. Pearl's mom. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Karine Village. She said she did terrible, and also she could have made her own daughter the next master. She tried to kill Maya. She wanted to kill Maya, basically. I suppose if you know that Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must already realize that Edie's... Huh? Edie's? What's Edie's got to do with any of this? That's Edie's is Mystic Morgan's daughter. What? Edie's is what? Is she kidding me? Edie's is Morgan Faye's daughter? Did you just say that Edie's is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh. Yes, Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was the only child. You jest! That child! She's Mystic Morgan's? I had no idea. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes. Ever since she was found to be conspired in a murder case last year. Oh yeah, we know that case. The one where she, yeah, that was fun. That was a fun case. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. 3?! Wait, what? 3? Yes, Edie's and her twin sister and Mystic Pearl. What?! Twin sister?! Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years after that Karine's reputation hit all-time low, when Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master. He left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. Identical twins. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. At the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. Valere Hartthorn. He decided to give him one of his girls up to be looked after here at the temple. Edie's and Dahlia. So Dahlia and Edie's are sisters, identical twin sisters at that. Valere is actually a stepsister. Valere has nothing to do with the Fays. She's just simply the dad's side. That was Edie's, you see. It's unbelievable. If Edie's had his twin sister, it's Dahlia. Could it be? Yep, Dahlia Hartthorn, baby. Could you tell me more on one thing, Sister Bikini? What was his name? Was Edie's sister? Dahlia Hartthorn. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. And a $2 million diamond, you remember that? Thank you very much. You helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh? Half-sisters, technically. But older sister, nonetheless. It's kind of how, like, I have... Technically, my siblings are half-siblings because we have a different dad, however, same mom. So, it's kind of similar to this case. But... No doubt it was because Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. I'm actually younger. I'm actually a younger sibling. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream of the child of hers would be one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls. It seems that the incident here was the result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confine her. So Edie's has a twin sister. The plot thickens. But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. What a twist! Oh, shit. We got a lot of information there in that short time period. A fuck ton of information that's going to be very important for later. Let's go. Sounds like someone's happy, but the tunes are humming too. Oh boy, let's go. Singing, baby. No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in Stanley room and cry. Whoop! I love my job! Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigation's all about. Investigators love investigating! It's a passion! Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. Real murder weapon. The barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving him my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. Looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to this case, though. A letter? What letter? The investigation. How's it going? So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess that can't hurt. Looks like a still murder took place in the temple garden. And they're talking the bloody writing in the lantern pretty seriously back in HQ. What, you mean? Yep. I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if we don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with an ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking in here? You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Gadot. Gadot? What did he mean by that? The letter. And the letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find a murder weapon. And all I can find is some burnt up old letter. Burnt up old letter? Yeah, it's incinerator, right? Incinerator! Incinerator! I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow in the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used to incinerate the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? You alright? We're gonna take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You're gonna have it. It's all spear mediums, master stuff. I bet it's no relation to this case. Spear mediums! It's got to be important as mention spear mediums and masters. I better give this one a look. Make sure you chuck it in the trash like you're done. Litter is a crime, pal. Murder weapon. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? It wasn't a shishido that we found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in the court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking out for, huh? Yeah, man, it's tiring work, but let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. I've got the feather of the forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? What's the secret weapon, baby? What's this secret weapon of yours? You want to know? You've got to think scientifically, okay? Right. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know he's gonna say, though. Let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! But, same detective from the first game. I knew you were gonna do that. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Oh, I did. Well, you want to give a scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? It's been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while, so I'm gonna give it a try. I don't know. Just play forensics expert. Let's go. Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you. Alright, then. Guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, scientific. Oh, bother. Yeah, I know how to use it. I've used it before. I know how to use it. Yeah, I know how to use it. Shut up. Next, yeah. Wait a minute. Oh! This is Miss Denixium's staff, isn't it? Or Faye. Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector's reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, they're made of wood. But don't bother investigating unless it's used to be metallic. Isn't the whole point of metal detector finding something metallic? It's weird, this thing's causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Ah! The top is coming off! Look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence. Ah! That's a sword! Inside the staff? Could it be the murder weapon? Oh shit! I've never guessed it to be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. A sword cane? I need to buy one though. This one, if it really is, I need to buy I need to buy one. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed their own foot. I officially gave up on trying to figure out how gorgeous mine works. If that's shit's real, I'm gonna fucking buy one when I get old. Bro, imagine old me just straight up having a fucking sword that straight up stabs him with the I would laugh. And then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe, who knows about us hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about it until I discovered it just now. As they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Just look like there's any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this is a murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just whacked it up after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. About the same length as the Shishido, too. This thing's must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run up to forensics. There's gotta be some trace of blood left, even most of it's been wiped off. See you later, pal. Bye. For case gonna be airtight. Case gonna be airtight. Hold it! Wait up, detective! Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know? We're gonna get to that staff analysis, right? Would you mind holding this only off for a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please, just until we find Maya. Maya? What's got this to do with her? I don't know. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside a sacred cavern right now, and we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think? Maya's been... Please, detective! Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of Viridian there. Okay, I just stop with that face, pal. One thing, though. Stop secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? Just guess that we knew about it. We didn't say anything. Finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill stuff. You got it? Okay. That's good enough. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. It's hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. I can't help but wonder, though, why? It's always nice if it's stuff like this in the first place. Alright, let's check the bright letter. Alright, here we go. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is... She is our ally. I see why. See why. Ally. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is... Hold on, what? Once this is burnt, the... Also make... Oh, what? I see something. What does that say? Make... Hot? I don't know what that says. It's hot or fraught. I see fraught. I don't know if that's... I don't know. Also make... I don't know. Tell anyone about this letter. Oh, it says not. Yeah. Also, make not tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Gravely roast the masters in the fires of Hades to bring the vengeance to fruition. What the fuck? Okay, that's a weird letter. Hey, you think about this letter? It's kind of weird though. Alright, let's go over to the garden. The cops are still in this place. Look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. I've got to be in a tough job. Especially with someone giving you an evil line the whole time. Heck could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's been bothering him. I'm gonna eat my fucking Nutella. Nutella! It's good shit, bro. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey, don't you dare run away! What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Get on, laugh away! I'm not gonna laugh. I was ready to hug it up with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You're back to the criminal affairs department, right? You want to look into something concerning Edie's? Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. What about it? Investigation. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a huge high chance it's actual scene of the crime. That's why. Yeah. You mean that because of the writing on the blood and the talisman of the snow? Exactly. And you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well. This is our job, right? Earthquakes. We know how you feel about them, especially after them. So I guess you still haven't gone over your fear of earthquakes. Huh? Ain't a good thought. No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, the ground gives even a slight tremor. I found myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. His own father was murdered. Ah, fuck, I put chocolate in my controller. What the fuck? No! It all started with that quake that hit the courthouse. This is it? Yes. I was stuck in an elevator with my father, who was the defense attorney, and the suspect of the case, who turned out to be the murderer in the case that we did in the last game, alongside that one. We brought the doctor to me passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. God damn it, Vector von Karma was you, bro. You guys remember that case, though? If you guys were with me? I lost everything that day. All because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there, but it's such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. Not after you saved me. Edgeworth, I'm trying to make you think. No more than self-pity, okay? What about Edie's? What about her? I need my fucking Nutella with my little stick. Think about me about her from the moment we met. I feel like we've seen each other somewhere before. No, it's not somewhere. I feel like I've seen her in court before. So you went back to the criminal affairs department to look for that file? Yes, I checked over every case file I've worked on. And I was right. I have seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? That might be a crucial piece of evidence to solve this case. Who are you? The daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with the Edis and Hazukara temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can't say it with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. I'm talking about this case. I had to fill Edgeworth in. There's been the connection between Edis and that woman Edgeworth knew. I think I have to present some sort of evidence. Present the question mark profile. Morgan Faith's daughter and Edie's twin sister. Her father deals in jewelry, apparently. There we go. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Edie's had a twin sister? What? Twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of her twin. This is nothing about Edie's having a twin sister in the files I checked. Huh? And was taken in by the temple when she had really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Dahlia Harform. Right. Does Mina who this twin sister of hers is? I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Dahlia Harforn? Her name is Dahlia Harforn, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Dahlia Harforn. It was my first court case, and Mia's too, 6 years ago. I was Greenhorn, and due to my experience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Fallis, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who knows something about Edith and Dahlia Harthorn. I checked on one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. But she got away with it. Dahlia and Terry Fallis conspired to get her to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. You want me, my Nutella. Nutella's pretty good though. Not really, that's a dick thing, like, damn. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. That's a fuck ton of money for a fucking jewel! Bro, depends on the jewel though, depends on the condition. But holy fuck. Yeah. And Fallis died at the end because he poisoned because he committed suicide. And 5 years later after that, she murdered her own sister, Valeria Harthorn, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Yeah, her step. Valeria was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. Damn it, no! No! I got stuck! I'm trying to eat my fucking Nutella, and yet my fucking stick breaks! Shit! I know this is not to do with the game, but like, damn, it hurts me! Ah, that hurts! No! Oh, come on, that's stupid! But did you check that out? Does it really matter? My Nutella's important. Like I said, Dahlia is connected to this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Harthorn is dead. What? I literally said that before. I literally said it when we did the case. So when we did Turnabout Beginnings, I literally fucking said that at the end. Well, her metaphorical process is a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. Dahlia's death by hanging. What do you mean Dahlia Harthorn is dead? Edgeworth. Right? I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of that murder case you were involved in during your college years. Oh yeah, that happened. Dahlia Harthorn was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since the guilty verdict was handed down. And her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that was a bit of a shock for you, right? And for reasons in one. Oh, damn no. I'm possibly connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way of reviving them. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of the other connections yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Edith and Dahlia Harthorn's mother. What's their mother got to do with anything? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Korean channeling technique. Did you say Korean channeling technique? What's the truth is that Edgeworth actually has a grudge towards Korean channeling because it was actually in that case that involved his father, so it's kind of interesting though. Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected to fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent. I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation, and the police didn't have any leads. Oh, fuck again! No! I was just trying to. Ah, come on, this is some bullshit with my Nutella. Call her in. She was very famous with spirit medium and the master in her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder, and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth. Go to the police records room, and it's all there. You all have to do is check DL6 incident case file, and you'll know. You were there at the trial, of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in the case. His father was killed. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Korean channeling technique is real. All right, what do we do now? Alright, so now we can break Edith's fucking Cyclops at long last. Holy fuck! Let's go to the training hall, baby. Let's go. Hi. You know what I gotta do? Let's break your fucking fucking secrets, and I hope my fucking... I'm so tired of the fucking... Again! I am so tired of that happening. Why me? Why me, my Nutella? Me Nutella. Damn, that sucks, bro. That sucks. I'm eating my Nutella. Okay, I have one more. I have like one more stick. God damn it, that sucks. Alright, now to crime. Here we go. I knew it too hard, that's why. Hey, you were in the room that was the temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be true? Yes, that's where I was. Hades, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe you what you're telling me, too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else in that, in a murder. Bikini. Here. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping in an Akula in her training in her temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Edie to help with the Akula and returned to the Hazukura temple. Good shit. Couldn't tell her. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. The two of you talked about Maya's training last night. So you see, Edie's, you were there at the inner temple the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. I'm done. That was good. Nutella's good, baby. However, my fingers are now dirty, but whatever, I'll clean them later. After 10 o'clock that night, I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple, so I would have left about 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left in the main hall at 9:40, but I think it doesn't add up with this. Iris' testimony, or the hood. Let's go with the hood. That's you, because, you yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang the bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I had. Who's that? Me. Mr. Wright? We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Edis. At 10 o'clock at night at the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Edis. So far, I managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazukura Temple. There's only one possible explanation, apparently. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Edis. But that's crazy! How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible! Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me. Edis, 25. Dahlia Hartthorn, deceased. I have firm grasp of the situation now, Edis. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. That's right. Dahlia Hartthorn. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? The death sentence. Chocolate. I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Edis? The second you who was there at the temple only night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hartthorn! But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Edis? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground for Kurai channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Delicioso. Good chocolate. Alright, here we go. Oh boy, we have a long talk with her. We have to go to Heavenly Home. We can break pearls. God damn it! I was in my room, the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that it had been spotted in the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. the Iris that Sister Bikini saw the inner temple that night in the murder. It was Dahlia Hartform. Because remember, here's the thing about identical twins. It's an interesting thing about identical twins. They both share the same DNA, basically. They both share the exact same DNA, basically, by this point. They both share basically identical DNA. So basically, that would mean that they both share similar prints in that sense, because they're basically the same. Twins. Identical. There's a difference between identical and fraternal. Fraternal twins are different. They have their own different sets of DNA. Well, identical have identical. That's what I call identical for a reason, right? Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept that I may be found guilty. That's the only way. What is she talking about? Betrayal? You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. It was when it started down the twisted path. So that was when it started. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. Oh god, we have one more fucking Cyclops after this and we're done. It's Pearls. Fuck. It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Edie's? It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountains where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped to plan the whole thing. What?! But I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful! But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Uh-huh. It was revenge on our father. Revenge? What about revenge? What do you mean by revenge? It was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell. Her mother. She must be talking about Morgan Faye. Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch in the Faye family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was said to inherit all that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. Oh, that's kind of greedy, isn't it? It's kind of a greedy way to marry someone, huh? But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as Master of Karayan. That would be Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Before long, the credibility of the Karayan tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. The DL6 incident. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After all that happened, our father took me and my twin sister, leaving our mother at home behind. He hated that place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay here. That's when you came here to Hasukura Temple. Yes, the woman my father took as the next wife already had a daughter, Valere. I had no place in his new family, you see. Oh. And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the Master C stolen from her, being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I have asked for everything I can in my capacity to prosecute, but in the incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the fake clan. That's what it looks like. And also DL6 in some sense, so really, it's multiple different things at once. Edis, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hartform, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts. Damn, that hurt! I see. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright! That is not much to investigate. Leave those locks to me. I'll open them up for you, I promise. Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl Cyclock. She's the last Cyclock in the entire fucking game! Damn! She's the last one in the entire trilogy. She's the last Cyclock in the entire fucking game. Oh my god! Cyclocks are gonna be done with in this fucking game! Fuck! I love this game, but damn, Cyclocks are annoying as fuck to deal with sometimes, you know? Alright, here we go. Let's go. Do the fucking final cyclock, baby! Heavenly Hall. And then we start the trial. Oh boy, that shit's long. That shit is long. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack. Oh, Mr. Nick. Ha! You're too late, Nick. If you came here wanting potatoes, you've already polished them all off. I think I pretty much get the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Let's go! Here we go. Let's break her locks. Let's go. Her final locks. Night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Nixium's room reading a book together, correct? Yes, I was so happy when she invited me, but I didn't go in the end. You didn't go? No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous. So Pearls never went to Mr. Nixium's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? Dinner Temple. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open me up. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? The next question is, who or what you were worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess. You can tell me what I'm guess. You mean you know? If I'm right, I'll tell you the whole truth. Okay. You went to this place for one reason, and that is this. Maya face proof. Maya Faye. Oh god, we have so many cyclocks. Fuck. So obviously you were worried about Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? Ah! You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course. I signed up for a special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how quick old it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those in the channel. Stuff some chocolate on my fucking fingernails, damn. So Vicky scared you with that sheet because it was you who introduced us to the temple to Mine in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Mine made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple. Yes, one lock. And cleared out when you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. It's not clear what happened after that. About the time was it when you headed to the inner temple? It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I went to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock. Until after 10? How did you know what time it was? Because I heard the bell ringing for the lights out. She heard the lights out bell. That's a good temple bell. It's pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing. I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible. She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell? Huh? Oh, I think I know why. The reason you're worried is because of this. The burnt letter. Here. You were given some instructions to follow that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper. Ah! Where did you... In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls? You were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing. And these instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? No. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Who was it you're supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the offer of the note and the purpose of writing it, whose spirit would be trying to channel? Don't ever think it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who I was supposed to channel. This person it was Dahlia Harthorn. It was Dahlia, obviously. It was Dahlia Harthorn, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. Ah! It's just as I suspected. It's Dahlia. It was indeed as became it in the temple that night. It was Dahlia Harthorn. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Harthorn was? No. I've never heard of anyone that name before reading those instructions. I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. Technically half-sister, but you know what? We're not going to go technicality. About the instructions in her letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Morgan. Kind of obvious. I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you did follow them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why. How did you... I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. One more lock. Alright, Pearl, it's time to start telling me the truth. Mr. Nick, Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't underestimate me, just because I'm a child. Huh? If you're trying to say I followed instructions, I'd like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. She's saying anything rather than admit to carrying out instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence. Alright, Pearl. Both know something carried out instructions and a murder, but you're right, there's no evidence proves it. I knew it! However, didn't know whatever did was a child. Huh? How did you know that? It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. A simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought it was to be given, but you misunderstood some of the words and evidence that proves it. Hanging scroll. Final piece of evidence. It was you who splattered gravy on the hanging scroll, wasn't it? Ah! What? Why did you... Something like... Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast among others, right? Wait a minute. Ah! How do you know that? Remember the conversation you had with Mr. Nexium on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some of the books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this? It says, gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Nexium taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounds like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food. And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the night's pot roast. To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea. Just a tiny bit. I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly if my mother asked me to. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right. That's it. Cyclops are fucking done. Alright, we're just gonna talk to Pearls and we're ending this episode once we talk to Pearls of all subjects. The night of the crime. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple. The pot full of the leftover gravy. The gravy? I saw the picture of the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. It was sure it wasn't the master of Wright, like I said in the letter. I see. And then? Well, it was already way past 10 and I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area. The guest area? Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over. Why didn't you just go during the training hall? Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, so I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was prayed for her to get it through. But then, Pearls, did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep while waiting for Edie's too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped in the inner temple. Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Braith wasn't there anymore and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and let off some of the steam by chucking the gravy onto the scroll while you cried. Oh boy, this child's gonna be fucking long to get to in the next episode. That's gonna be a very long episode. Must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't make with something so trivial to experience, Larry. Lost powers. It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my other way over to her temple when I heard the bell ring. So you channeled Dahlia Hawk from spirit? No. I tried, but I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it? I never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and tried, and I tried. Yesterday it's morning the whole time, but I just couldn't do it. Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It's all worked out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel a spirit. That's why you think your spiritual powers are gone. Yes, I don't know what to do. Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. Could you please tell me what anyway? I could possibly happen to someone else already channeling the same spirit. Someone else? What do you mean? Well, there's only one of each spirit, right? Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Harthorn. Even in death, I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Morgan's letter. My mother has gone to a place called Penitentiary. Yeah, I know, Pearls. I visit her every month. And last month she told me the time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need to do for me. I had a letter for you to at home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly as it says. As for the good of the Fae Clan, my angel, you'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden. You want the policeman right there in the back, just straight up, just not even caring in the fucking world. That same policeman literally didn't listen to Matt and got her this, like, confession. The same guy that literally didn't even listen to anything. What the fuck? My mother is always nice to me. I love her so much. Yeah, moms do anything for their kids, right? Even if it means murder, but alright. She said it was for the good of the Fae Clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Mind's part of the Fae Clan, so it had to be good for her, too. No, that's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick? I guess so. Yeah. There was a picture with her letter, too. A picture? Of Miss Dahlia Harthorn. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time? Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff. There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, and someone had already opened it once before. That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Burnt letter opened once before. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. You're very welcome. My mother's watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright. Got the innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Finally figured it out, have you, Wright? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. G-g-gab! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Edie's and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Ooh, why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Wright. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but... And you were the only one who was there by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything of what was going on. Ha! What did I just say, Wright? Being oblivious is a heinous crime itself. Tomorrow? We'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all. Mr. Nick? Is what that man just said true? It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure mine's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow. Huh. Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick. My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come. For you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. Okay, so anyway, oh god, this is a long video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment whatever. And next time, we're gonna go ahead and basically finish the game. Hopefully I can go ahead and do so. Anyway, next time. We're gonna go ahead and start the trial. The final fucking trial. The final trial. It's gonna be a long one. And I mean a very, very long episode. So I'm just gonna warn you. It's gonna be a very, very long episode. It's gonna take like, what, an hour or two? So I'm just gonna warn you. It's gonna be pretty long. So, see you guys then. Bye.